On March 7th, a lock was placed on the fence by UCPD to keep us out, despite the fact that Alex Knox from the Telegraph Business Improvement District said that they would not touch our memorial. All but one photo on the ofrenda was thrown away. The remaining photo was saved by a community member, who was pregnant and due to give birth in 2 weeks. She actually had to get an emergency C-section last night. The baby's okay, it's all good. When she took the photo, the police present threatened her with arrest, despite the fact that it was about to be thrown in the trash. The next day, Officer Peters of Berkeley PD told them that they can't sit on the sidewalk outside the gate, saying that they were loitering. Again, this was a 9 months pregnant person sitting on the sidewalk, and the police kicked her out. Later that same day, Officer Peters came back and threatened to arrest myself and Bella for painting on the sidewalk, saying that it was vandalism. The stress from this incident, which they were present for, the person who was pregnant, pushed them into active labor, and she had her first contractions as Officer Peters and Grant lectured and spoke down to us, lying multiple times to our faces, mentioning community members both present and absent by name, clearly demonstrating a level of Berkeley PD surveillance undertaken in Southside. And as Lisa mentioned, the reason that they told us we weren't allowed to gather there is that the space is too small for us to safely occupy. I don't know who's been out there, but it is plenty large for us to gather. And as Lisa said, it is the only public gathering space left in our district now that they've closed People's Park. Everywhere else is either sidewalk that we're not allowed to sit on, apparently. We're not even allowed to stop and set up chess tables, or private property or UC property. This is just one instance of the continued gendered violence against women in our community by male police and Apex security guards.
In the 2 months since the closure of People's Park, we have been continually subject to harassment and intimidation by the private security group Apex. On February 10th, a large male Apex security guard crossed the street to follow me and my child so closely that I could literally smell him. On February 11th, the community came together to paint an impermanent mural with chalk paint on Bowditch Street. After the mural was complete, Apex security guards took issue with people painting on these lovely storage walls with washable paint. And the same guard who followed me the day before called 911 claiming he was being surrounded. Mind you, this was a crowd made up of elders and children who were singing folk music and painting peacefully all afternoon. Moments later, UCPD Sergeant Stephen Burcham nearly hit a safety liaison in an orange safety vest, ran over a traffic cone, hit and knocked over a sign intended to stop traffic, and braked on top of the mural. With the car still moving, he opened his door, then jumped out of the vehicle and began shouting at us to move away. This reckless approach, in addition to being trauma-inducing, I want to remind you again, which is no small thing, it limits our lifespans, could have ended very differently had one of the children present, such as my own, been behind that sign. We deserve to live in peace and safety. That's why we live in Berkeley, not under militarized police occupation.
Occupiers, go home. Come back to your position. Apex, go home.
And here's the thing, y'all. Because Apex Security is a private entity, these guards are not obligated to share their names or badge numbers with us, unlike public law enforcement officers. Therefore, it's nearly impossible for us to report their behaviors. The university has not shared with us how to file complaints against these men. When we asked the Apex guards how to make a report about their actions, they said, call the Berkeley Police Department.
Thank you. I hope you know that we're risking our safety, though, just telling you these stories in front of our harassers. Please be
beware.
Apex Security, go home.